Hello everyone and welcome back to the Football Manager 2020 simulation of Euro 2020, and the game that we've got for you today is Norway versus Albania. And Albania, who in my opinion are pretty lucky to be going through. It was a really poor group in there with England, and Albania just about managed to get through because it just seemed like Greece and Northern Ireland just didn't want to win. And with just one win in the group, they managed to get through as runners-up. Greece obviously didn't go through as one of the third place sides either. So they've got a tough test against a Norway team who've looked really, really good in the tournament so far. Obviously they lost to Spain, but at the same point, they beat World Cup runners-up Croatia, who went out the other day as well. But you've got to put Norway as favourites on this. Haaland hasn't looked too good in some of the games. He's been a bit hit and miss. But at the same point, the rest of the team has sort of picked up the slack behind him. And I think if Haaland can start firing, Norway could potentially look beyond the quarterfinals, potentially get into one of the semi-finals. And then we'll see how they go on from there. But it's going to be... it should be a relatively straightforward test for Norway here in this game. And let's take a look at the sides here, as Norway on the left in their 4-4-2 formation: Jarstein in goal, El Abdullawi, Arje, Nordvi and Melling. In that four-man defence, El Yunusi, Odegaard, Sanderberg and Monodali in midfield, with Josh King and Erling Haaland up front. Albania on the right: Strakosha in goal, Hajzaj, Kumbula, Jim Citi and Lenjani make up their backline, with Abrashi, Memeshaj, Bare in the centre of midfield, Uzuni and Kastrati on the wings, with Manaj up front. And again, apologies for my graphics card just not appearing correctly with the black writing on red. It's something that I've been trying to fix for weeks and I just can't be able to do it. But hopefully, if as expected Norway win this game, then I won't have to have such a problem with Albania appearing sort of weirdly on the graphics there. But first couple of minutes in, and Norway dominating possession here, spraying passes out wide, Melling into Haaland, and that's a straightforward save by Strakosha, who really has arguably been Albania's best player. He has been a mammoth in goal for a lot of their games, and any less of a goalkeeper, then we're potentially looking at Greece or Northern Ireland in this position as opposed to Albania. But Hajzaj comes in now, Manaj, and that's dispossessed and cleared by Melling, but Bare on the ball now. Memushai? Let's go Memushai. Abrashi into Hajzaj. Then Jani to take the corner kick for Albania here, who've started to dominate possession a little bit as it's been cleared out, but Bare into Uzuni, back to Lenjani, and the ball in, Manaj, Uzuni, and Manaj has poked the ball in to take the lead for Albania, and this is not the start that Norway were looking for. On paper, they are favourites, as you can see there. Some good football in and around the box for Albania. The ball in from Lenjani, back to Manaj. Uzuni's effort is blocked, and then you just see Manaj sliding in to poke that ball into the back of the net. Bit of stroke of luck there, but great reaction, predatory poacher goal there from Manaj, as that's been cleared out for... but it's only as far as Nordvi. But Odegaard into Sanderberg. Now Melling. Odegaard now. Odegaard and Berge will look to just completely control that midfield in there. They're two very technical midfielders in the centre of midfield for Norway, and they're exchanging passes with one another, but they just can't get anywhere with it as Berge finds El Yunusi on that right hand side and has put the ball in. Haaland's header goes over the bar and probably should have got that on target, but El Abdullawi, poor throw in there as that's been cleared out, but only as far as Aja. Now Odegaard exchanging passes with the centre back, and Norway are going to have to be a little bit more direct, a little bit more forceful as Monodali's effort is blocked and Castrati picks up the ball. But we're seeing here that Norway are getting forward, but they need to be creating good chances. Sander Berge's effort hits the post, and that's better from Norway, creating chances. Good effort there from the central midfielder, but just couldn't find the back of the net as Melling pulls it back to Berge in the box again. Picked out El Abdullawi, and that's a good save by Strakosha. And out for a corner for Norway, who are really starting to grow into this game now, as you'd probably expect for them, as Monodali puts in that corner. Kumbula clears Odegaard now. Back to Monodali. Haaland's header straight at Strakosha. And Norway are looking better and better as this game progresses, but can they get past Strakosha in goal? Albania have the goal that they were probably looking for, and they'll probably try and shut up shop now, but they're looking good, clearing the ball out whenever they can, but they're allowing Norway just to have the ball, but Norway just being very passive with the ball, not playing forward enough. As you can see, they're meddling into Haaland and Monodali now Sander Berge into Haaland, played it back to Sander Berge, and that curls past that far corner there, and that's another missed opportunity there for Norway, as it's a poor pass out and Norway can break again. Monodali now coming really far inside from that right hand side, but El Abdullawi now into Monodali. Now Sander Berge, that's been blocked. El Yunusi will pick that up though. Now Odegaard in the deep midfield role. And interesting to see arguably the most creative player for Norway being essentially their sort of deep lying playmaker there, just spraying passes out like that to El Yunusi. But he's the most creative player for Norway, and he's the deepest set midfielder. It's a little bit strange to see that. You'd expect him to play close to the two forwards to try and play those killer passes in, and it doesn't seem like that deep lying playmaker role is working for him, as it's Albania having a bit of sustained possession on the ball now, as Lenjani on that left hand side exchanging passes with his central midfielders. Now Castrati into Manaj, and saved by Jarstein there. And Albania, if they can convert some of these chances, we could be seeing the first major upset in this knockout round here. But Norway are going to have to change something, and change something quickly, as when they get the ball, they're being closed down pretty well by the Albanian front line, but they need to be able to sort of break those lines and get beyond the defenders, as Haaland seems to have done that here. Can he get it on target? He does. Strakosha saves, and Josh King can't get on to that rebound there. And we're rapidly approaching half time. We're at 38 minutes on the clock as Aja finds El Abdullawi on the wing, plays back to El Yunusi, who's run into the box. That's been blocked. Josh King now. Strakosha tips that over the bar, and that's another opportunity for Norway. But Strakosha, we mentioned him earlier, he's been an absolute mammoth in goal and has kept Albania's lead intact, as Melling finds El Yunusi. Now back to Melling, but he's found Monodali on the edge of the box, and this is where Norway are having a little bit of trouble. They're getting towards the edge of the box, but playing it back because they can't find any incisive passes or incisive runs that get beyond the defenders. As Moradali with the corner, Arja, that's been blocked on the line, and that's a fantastic stop there. As Mamushaj can't find that ball over to the far side, and Albania really riding their luck, and we've got into half time. They've managed to get in to half time with their lead intact. It's Norway 0, Albania 1 here at half time, and you look at the stats and how Albania are ahead is miraculous, to say the least. They've been absolutely dominated here, but the best chance of the game fell to Ray Manaj in front of goal, and he just poked the ball into the back of the net. And you've got to say Norway really need to start creating some good opportunities here. They've created some decent opportunities, but nothing clear cut, nothing too clinical where Josh King or Haaland could say, like, could get into a real goal scoring opportunity there. But we'll see how they go in the second half. They need to do something to become a little bit more attacking, a bit more adventurous. I think moving Odegaard would up further the pitch would make a little bit more sense. But let's see if that's the case, as they look like they're sticking with that 4-4-2. Odegaard staying pretty deep, but you've got to say it's almost a waste of Odegaard's talents to be that deep in the pitch, and you can see him there playing quite deep, covering those spaces left behind, and it's Sander Berge that's really the one that's getting forward, as Melling runs forward now into Sander Berge. He's played it all the way back to Odegaard, and you can see there, like, there's just no forward thinking from the midfielders, and they're just going backwards and sideways. El Yunusi back to Odegaard, out wide to El Abdullawi now, who runs into the box. Josh King, and that is the start to the second half that Norway were after. Great finish there from Josh King. El Abdullawi found some space on the right hand side and made the pass. It was exactly what it needed to be. Sucked in the defender, and Josh King essentially had an open net to aim for there. Strakosha rooted to the spot, and Norway have the breakthrough. And you've got to say, can they keep up this pressure, this momentum? They need a second goal if they want to get that win in normal time. But can Albania get back into this? Hajzaj into Memushaj. Now El Yunusi clears that out, and Josh King can run forward, but he's not got much in terms of support there. He's gone down the right hand side, he's played it into El Yunusi, and the shot from distance is well wide. And he had options with him, but just couldn't find them, as El Yunusi has been subbed off for Evian. Moradali now comes inside. Odegaard back to Nortveit. Now Melling. Nortveit now just exchanging some passes. Norway just simple passes here, as they need to start looking forward now. Odegaard into Berge, back to Odegaard. Nortveit now out wide to Melling. He's got some space on that left hand side. Into Sander Berge now, back to Melling. Can he put a ball in? He doesn't. Plays it inside to Moradali, but gets it back to Sander Berge now, and Norway just not putting the ball in, as Josh King's volley there could have got it on target, probably should have, but that went over the bar, as Josh King surges forward back to Evian into Moradali, and that's wide of the near post, or that our near post even, as we're 65 minutes in and Norway just going from strength to strength here, really trying to press the issue to the Albanian side as Evian comes inside and plays back to Birch. Now Moladali, Haaland now. Moladali's effort is straight at Strakosha, and they need to be creating better opportunities here as Norway have a corner. Fourth of the game is Moladali, and that looks like Kumbula pushed Ajer, and the referee is going to look at the VAR footage here. We've seen it in the game before. Usually when it gets to this, it's always a penalty. And is it going to be here? The referee's reviewed the footage and he points to the spot, and Norway have a penalty. And who else to take it but Erling Haaland, who has missed one in the tournament so far, and he converts this one to give Norway the lead in the 68th minute, and it's no less than what Norway deserved. They've absolutely dominated play and they've finally taken the lead here. You can see there into the bottom corner, Strakosha has no chance on that really well taken penalty by Erling Haaland, and Albania will have to do something if they want to progress in this game, in this tournament, as it's Ajer on the ball now. He's run quite a long way from centre back, and Josh King flicks the ball on but can't pick it up as Lenjani plays it back to Jim City. Now Bare into Memushaj. Bare now out wide to Haizaj, and we can see now it looks like Norway just sort of easing off the ball a little bit, which is a little bit strange. You'd expect them, with the dominance that they've had since they went one goal behind. As Uzuni equalises for Albania in the 73rd. What a finish that was. And Albania are level here, and we can see that again. Bare seeing some space on the overlap. Haizaj picks up the ball and clips the ball in, and great volley there from Uzuni to find that bottom corner. And against the run of play, it's Norway 2, Albania 2, and you've got to say, since that penalty, Norway just eased off the ball a little bit, and we could be looking at the first game going to extra time here as Evian picks up the ball. There's only 6 minutes left of this game in normal time. What can do here? That's been blocked, and Memusaj can pick that up. And can either side find the winner in normal time? Odegaard takes a corner kick, but that's only as far as Gulbrandsen, and Ajer now into Gulbrandsen. Haaland hits the post, but he was offside, and Norway are pushing forward to get this winner in normal time. There's 5 minutes of additional time to play as Gulbrandsen intercepts that ball over the top, but it's still Albania on the ball. It's Kastrati finds Kase. Now Memushaj, Haizaj, Ndoye, and it's Albania. Can they get a chance? Can they find a third goal here late on in this game? We've got 4 minutes of the 5 additional minutes to play as Kastrati's ball is blocked and Albania have a corner. Kase to take this one in, and Haaland clears it out for another corner as Albania really pressing the issue here. They've not got too many men forward, but they are very good in the air. As Kase puts that in, Melin clears it out only as far as Uzuni. Now Kase again, out wide to Memushaj. Now Jimsiti, Ndoj, Kumbula, now Djimouti. Albania really starting to press the issue here. Ball comes in. Hovland. Oh, that was a risky header back to the goalkeeper, but Jarstein was able to save it. Kase now. Late free kick, and Jarstein tips it onto the post and manages to secure the ball just seconds away from the end of 90 minutes here. Jarstein clears that forward. Haaland, can he get onto it? No. Haizaj picks it up. Now Memeshaj. Now Ndoye. Uzuni. And that is the end of 90 minutes. And we go into extra time. Something that neither team probably would want. But you can see from the stats there. 29 efforts on goal for Norway. 14 on target. Compared to 7 shots in the game. 2 on target. But both efforts on target for Albania have found the back of the net. Norway need to be much more clinical here. But Albania find themselves somehow level in this game, and if they can take this to penalties, they have every chance to progress into the quarterfinals, somehow progress into the quarterfinals. But that requires them to keep Norway at bay. Strakosha has been doing a fantastic job so far in doing so. So we'll see if that can be the case for the rest of the game. But let's go in to extra time, as it's going to be Norway that kick us off for extra time. Arje now finds El Abdullawi. And Norway are really going to have to press forward here. They are the better side on paper, and they need to be able to show that. As Wolf Ekrem puts in the corner, but that's been cleared out. Lenjani's going to pick this up, and can Albania counter-attack from here? Lenjani surges down that left-hand side. He's got one man ahead of him, but he plays it all the way back to Balaj. Finds Sadiku, and that's a great save from Jarstein there. Great counter-attack there from Albania, and they've won a corner kick. Can they do something with it? Haaland clears that one out, and Berge will pick that up, but it's the end of the highlight there. But Melling with the throw into Haaland, and exchanging passes on the edge of that Albanian box. El Abdullawi in a lot of free space in that back post, and that's a great save from Strakosha there. Really powerful effort from El Abdullawi, and great save from Strakosha there. Haaland's header into Strakosha, and that's been saved. Haizaj now back to Kumbula. Now it's Sadiku into Haizaj, who's found Ndoye in the centre of the pitch, and it's Albania who are really starting to dominate possession here, and they just need to create one big chance, and you feel like they might be able to take it. They've been very clinical in this game so far. They've created good chances for themselves, but they need a third in the back of the net if they want to go through without the draw of penalties, as Kumbula's lost out to Haaland, and he's going to go on his own, and he's found the back of the net. Mistake there from Kumbula, and of all the people to pinch the ball off him, he didn't want it to be Erling Haaland, as Kumbula's on the ball. He doesn't play it to Haizaj, which he probably should have done. Haaland picks up the ball, comes inside, could have played it across, but he went on himself, found the bottom corner. Strakosha, he might feel like he could have done better there, but at the same time, against one of the most potent centre forwards in world football, there was only going to be one winner there, as Haaland's picked up a knock there, and he's been moved to right midfield, which is a little bit strange. As we start the second half of extra time, it's a little bit strange to move him to right wing. You probably could have left him up front, but it looks like Odegaard is going to be playing up front. I'm not quite sure what the thinking there is from the Norway manager, but at the same point, it could pay off, as Berge into Evian, and has played it back to Ager now, and has found Haaland on that right hand side. Obviously, Norway have used all 4 of their substitutions, so they can't take Haaland off here to preserve him for another game. And Berge's effort is blocked, and there's 7 minutes for Norway to hang on here for the victory, unless Albania can come back, as Haaland's ball into Odegaard is found, nodded down, and Berge takes that from Memreshaj. And great effort there from Sander Berge, but great save from Strakosha in that goal. And you can see from the stats there, 37 efforts from Norway, 20 on target. They've been magnificent at creating chances in this game so far, as Sander Berge plays Melling. But they just need to be able to convert a lot more of these. They shouldn't be in a position where they're having to play through extra time with such dominance in this game. But Wolf Ekrem into Evian, and Haaland is found on that right hand side, puts the ball in, Kumbula clears, now Memreshaj, and that's cleared out by Hovland. Wolf Ekrem back to Evian, into Melling now Wolf Ekrem, but he can't get the ball past Jim Citi. And can this be the last chance? There's seconds left in extra time here, as Albania have won the corner and we've got a minute left to play. Jarstein claims that ball, and he's just going to slow down play here. Wait for that last minute to go, and Norway will have their place in the quarterfinals, as Haaland's on the ball. Back to Evian. And that's not the best ball. Uzuni, it's now or never, as Sadiku's on the ball. Jarstein with a great save, and Hovland will clear that out for a throw-in. And Albania have 30 seconds, less than 30 seconds, to get this equaliser, to take it to penalties, as they're trying to work in the ball. Kase now, there's seconds left. Memreshaj, Hajzaj now. Sadiku, Hajzaj, Sadiku once more. Can he get an effort in? He can't, and Evian clears, and that is it. Norway 3, Albania 2. And you look at the stats, it should not have got to this point, but Norway have managed to get that winner in extra time, progress to the quarterfinals, and Albania are out. They probably feel like they should have taken that to extra time, to penalties even, but they just couldn't do that, and Norway have gone through. But that's going to be it for this video. Please leave a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe for future episodes, and make sure you hit that notification bell as well so you don't miss a video. And I'll see you tomorrow for the next round of 16 game. Thank you.